Just in the chat, can you put a thumbs up if you can hear me and if you see the recording is on?
Yes, we're able to see that. It's recording
Can you
started.
use the chat? Why are you able to use the chat?
Just I'm checking.
Yeah.
Yes, we're able to use it.
Perfect, Prem. Thank you.
Yes.
In the meantime, let me just disconnect and reconnect my camera. Okay, obviously, that's why. Am I visible, everybody, now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
perfect. All right. So as what we had planned is, let me just open up the agenda. That you will start with the introductions, and let me just copy this again. Reminder. To join the meeting. We have started. All right. All right, great. Good morning again, once again, everybody. So I'll start with my introduction. I'm not sure if we guys have met. If you are comfortable sharing your camera, if you're if you're able to do that, it will be more personal. If not, that's okay. I understand it's Sunday morning, and we may not be really optimally dressed, but I don't mind. These are my casuals. My name is Vishal Shah, and I'm a Microsoft Office trainer, MS Office trainer, and I've been training for dog years or donkey years, as they say. Total, I've been working for 22 years now. Out of that, past 12 to 13 years, I think that's the count that I remember, that I've been training as an MS Office trainer. And yeah, that's it. These groups are something which started at the beginning. Hi, Suresh.
Yeah, good morning,
I
Vishal.
think good morning. At least 7, 8 years ago, and it started off with the WhatsApp groups. I believe Prem, you have been there for since the beginning. For the different WhatsApp groups that we had, and then because the size grew so much, we had to switch to Telegram. And in the process, there are many who felt that Telegram is not optimum for them, so they did not join. But apart from that, um, the reason we started Telegram was it is easier to manage than a WhatsApp. And I thought giving flexibility of me, giving flexibility to me to delete some unwanted chats so that we would have a structured way of going around. And I think it has been going around good. And then we have two groups. One is tech trainers requirement group, and second is our grievances group. So grievances group, we were able to solve a few good problems. And it's not me who have solved the problems, and I will not take any credit for that. There are many people who are not here today who were very active uh, and help people each other out. In fact, we are also doing that when we are participating, saying that this was our experience with a certain company or so on and so forth. So we respond, and at least what we could do is if something has gone wrong with us, we help others out saying that let's not go there. And that's how what a society is, right? So we share our issues, and that's how we go ahead. So far so good. It has been wonderful these many years, but we are sitting behind these chat windows and we really don't know who each other are, and it is high time that we meet again. And the agenda is to physically interact with each other and go forward from there. So there has to be a step ahead, right? So we have to not just understand that is there a requirement for me? Can I take it or not? Or I have a problem, where do I solve it? And from there, the third step is how do I grow from here? So the idea came to me after joining a few other groups, very wonderful groups, and that those are paid ones. I paid 50,000 rupees to understand what's going on in the industry. So what happens is, I'm not saying that we will have a paid group. I don't know. I was not always for taking money for all these, and I believe before I started, when I wanted to join a WhatsApp group, there was one popular one, and I don't know. I don't want to give their names, but just to join their group so that I could see, if there are any training requirements for me. I was asked to pay 3,000 rupees. So I thought that that person is not adding any value just by opening a group and just allowing people to interact. That's not a value add. Anybody could open a group. So that's how it started. And similarly, if we have to meet, I don't really need to charge. What would I charge for? What they charge for is something different. We have frequent trainings. We invite other trainers to come and we give them what do you call it, honorarium, saying that you joined us and so on. We give them gift, etc. But apart from that, what I want to do today, agenda, is how did our year went? How did we go? What went right? What went wrong? And what is your plan for 2023? Okay, 2023 is coming. Obviously, everybody would think, we would want to grow. And where do you see yourself in 2023? This exercise I have already done in that other group, and I felt it was amazing. And once we share each other's plan, maybe we could help each other out if that is the agenda. And meeting for that is just so that it's not a it's not a constrained environment like this. We come, we talk to each other. Maybe we could have a networking session. We will invite other vendors, also good vendors that we know, and then we'll see how to take it from there. So if vendors are sold there, we are there, we get to know each other very well. We could uh, refer each other and see. Let's that's the initial idea. uh, Over to you guys. So this is the agenda for today's meeting, quick, and I think I've already taken the fair bit of time to introduce. So what I could do is, you could also introduce yourself, what you do, and I think then we can discuss. Anybody could start. Kuldeep, I see you on screen. So if you want to start, you can start.
Hi everyone. Good morning. So my name is Kuldeep Sonar, and having around 12 years of experience into training domain. So I started my career as a trainer, and right now I'm a trainer for IT infrastructure and cyber security. So mostly sessions delivering by the online mode right now from the pandemics. Before that is more sessions on the classroom and again basically the online also. Yeah.
Where do
So
you
this is
stay,
from my side.
Kuldeep?
Yes, sorry.
Kuldeep, where do you stay?
I'm in Pune.
Pune. By the way,
Yeah,
I'm in Mumbai.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in Mumbai.
I know you are in Mumbai. Yeah, I'm also in Mumbai in 2010, 9 and 10. Later then I shifted
Okay.
to, yeah, from 2011 to 2022, I'm in Pune.
Okay. All right. Anybody else next? We are all trainers. Let's quickly get it over with. We know how the drill is, right? Hi, Prem. You're on mute. You're on mute. Prem.
Let me introduce myself. I am Prem. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. I have around 25 plus years of experience in the IT, and whereas 15 plus years on training, mainly on the Oracle technologies with the different technologies in the Oracle products. And I am a Oracle certified trainer. I handled multiple projects in India, outside India, mainly in the EMEA and as well as the Asia Pacific. And last 15 years, I'm doing as independent consultant and as a consulting and as well as a training. And your idea is, Vishal, your idea is very good. And even not many much leads I have got from your group, but the idea of making all the people get together and share the ideas and share the problems and try to get solutions. This all which your initiative. I like you very much. And I'm not seen where Almost we've grown up to the 1,000+ members in the group. It's a very good, in the span of 2 years span. In the span of 2 years span, we've grown up to the 1,000+. It's a very good initiative. And I like to involve in whatever the things you want to do. I tried increasing my strength from team and handling and all, but I burned my hands, and afterward I not tried to uh, do as a company to start and all. I tried it and I burned my hands, and it's not
Okay.
worked out. It's not worked out. Like rather me only delivering the training, get the people some trainers, go ahead with the training. Like I have the incidents like everything is booked, and before the flight has to fly, and the trainer will come and give you hands up. I'm not going. My mother is not going. Then the vendor whom I lost that vendor.
Yeah.
Not only like that, I have some bad experience which I have. Then afterwards, I stopped supporting with some other trainers delivering it. I'm only myself. I'm doing. Simply sit from the
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wherever requirement is there, you go and come back. No headaches. Okay, what you get the money, that get the money. If you have a business, very good. If you don't have a business, very good. Better you have money to spend, time to spend also. That's what way I'm
Absolutely. So
working.
that's where, Prem, I would like to interrupt. If we know each other well, okay, just, if you just say that, is there a requirement? Is there a trainer? And you say, okay, let's go ahead and deliver training. But that person does not know you. You don't know him. So betraying is not very difficult. Okay, I don't know Prem, so forget it. Even if I don't go, it doesn't matter. But if I know Prem, if Prem knows Vishal well, and then I will not think of betraying you. So that is where, if we have to also refer, I'm not saying doing a business as
but 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 but
giving
but
you
uh,
referral.
but disrupting you. This is the guys who has done known people only. I not tried with unknown people. The known people only has done it. Not with the guys who is met in the online. I know the people personally. Those people itself betrayed at the last moment, or they went there
Okay, so
and they
some
went to
learning.
deliver, and went the delivery, and the training has got bounced back. Like that, this experience
Absolutely,
is not to
absolutely.
be
I
randomly
so
trying with the
we do
trainer whom I
understand
don't.
how vendors also go through these kind of things.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
vendors will
These
also
are
have these kind of problems, right?
yes, yes. Obviously,
Absolutely.
obviously, the training bounced back,
Perfect,
and the
Prem.
last minute the training even hand. These are two big
Perfect,
issues which
perfect.
we face. Yes, and then afterwards
Okay,
I
Prem.
not tried those. I stopped trying those, and I'm doing it only for myself. I go and work. If no work, better to take rest and spend the time with the family and spend the money what we earn. That's what I am doing it.
Okay, perfect. So I was just getting hand on my headphone. So next, thank you, Prem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody? Vinay. I see Vinay. Vinay Kumar. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi Vishal and hi everybody. So I'm based out of Bangalore. I am also a trainer on Microsoft. So I deliver a bit on .NET and other areas. So I have been into training for almost now 10 plus years now. So I facilitate a lot of clients on the other requirement as well. So usually I try to work with my known contacts or known trainers whom I work with. So we have been addressing the client programs in India as well as outside. So it's a good forum to get connected and share business with each other. So we get that comfort level and we can improve the business. So
So
2023, I'm foreseeing a lot of opportunities coming up on different areas. So now it will be a kind of hybrid model which I have been delivering now, which is both classroom as well as online. Now I'm seeing more of classroom trainings coming up.
yeah.
So hope to connect with people and share the opportunities as and when I get, and so we can do a business in a closed group. So that's what I am looking for.
Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Vinay. So how long have you been with this group?
I've been with this group for almost 2 years now, I guess.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you. Vikas. Vikas, can we have you? Or Suresh, I think we can hear Suresh.
Yeah, yeah.
Suresh
Good
Shankar.
morning.
Yes.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
everybody. I'm Suresh
Would you?
Shankar.
Yeah. Hi, Suresh. We can see you now.
Yeah, from Bangalore. I'm from Bangalore. So I have
Yeah.
more than 2 decades of experience in the IT industry. I worked for
Okay.
I started my career as a COBOL programmer, mainframe programmer for a company called Fairgrowth Home Finance. If you heard of this Arshad Mehta and all that, he was okay. Then I joined Wipro, HSBC, Capgemini, etc. as a mainframe application developer. Then after coming into management, it was not my cup of tea in management. Then I left that job and I got into this. I got myself trained on Java. From the last 10 years, I'm working as a Java trainer. So yeah, corporate. I mean, I delivered programs for Wipro, Deloitte, etc.
Wow.
Okay, I mean, okay, Java FSD trainer. And now two things. Yesterday you were mentioning it. Two things I want to highlight. One is this pricing strategy, and number two is what are the technologies we should concentrate on to update for the coming
Yes.
years. These two
Yes.
things, if we guys can throw light on that, I'll be happy.
Yes,
See
we
this,
should. You should.
this pricing strategy, many people have. Some senior trainers get irritated when a new trainer quotes low and all that. I not only in this group, in other groups, I've seen that. Why are you quoting low? We are losing the value. Those kind of things, arguments happen. So, what is
Yeah.
the pricing strategy? And number two, what are the technologies to concentrate on? These two things I am interested in. Thank you.
Okay, Suresh, thank you. So, Suresh, I'll just quickly, put my point here. What I understand and what I gather when I speak with vendors and how the pricing should happen there. Now, if
Mhm.
you are, so there are obviously there is economics behind it. We can't really. So it depends on first whether you
Demand
are
and supply.
comfortable. Yeah, demand.
Yeah.
So whether you are comfortable with working with that price or not. And second is, what is your experience? So based on these two things, so if the market is good, we are getting money, we are getting leads, and if we are comfortable, so if we have some analysis, if you guys put a, you might be putting all whatever you are doing in a spreadsheet, you might be, analyzing your data. I hope you are doing that. If you're not, let's see, we can see what we can do about it. So
Mhm.
I have seen my past trends and I do understand at this certain point of time, I get this kind of trainings, or if these events happen, I get this training. So in a year, I get to know that, if I do so 80-20 rule. So 80-20 rule is what I see. Okay, I'm not saying I'm following it, but as I analyze it, when I was speaking to people, and when I analyze it, that 20% of the time will be the time where I will get the maximum amount of money. Okay, I can ask for it and people will give happily. 80%
Yes.
of the time, 80% of the time, that will not be the case. So then I have a choice. So
Mhm.
do I utilize this 80% of time to grow myself, or do I give it at any cost? So if I'm desperate, I will give it at any cost. So that is the one part of how need is. Second is at which level are we at now? um, there are different plans that I have, which we can see when we meet. We'll talk more about how to do the pricing strategy. Maybe we could discuss it also, but
Mhm.
it's about the level and experience of trainer. So if you are an established trainer, who will say you are an established trainer? Who is going to
Yes.
sell you? So if you have a good vendor, okay, I have 2-3 good vendors who will never say uh, in anything. They will not bargain with me at all, saying
Mhm.
that okay, if I quote this price, they will just add their markup to it and they will price ahead and they will say okay, if it comes, it comes. If you think you want to go down, we'll go down. So in that
Okay.
case, we need a team. So we are the execution people where we go ahead and execute a training. Then we need one part also. That is the vendors part. I don't see more vendors. Raj is here. Hi Raj. So Raj will back me up there. So Raj is a vendor. He's a good vendor. So he will back me up. So he would know the industry part, whether at this point of time, for this company, can we quote this? Okay, so it has to be a team. It has to be a team. Many times, previously what used to happen, there was two parties against each other. Okay, vendors versus trainers. That's not how it works.
Mhm.
It will not work that way. We have to partner with a few good people who know our value. So they would be
Mhm.
like our managers. So if you imagine that we are, let's say, uh, 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 a resource. Okay, we are an expert resource, an SME. We will not be able to market ourselves.
You're
And
right.
that's what, Prem also was saying that, most of the trainers have burned their fingers saying that, we started on our own. We asked somebody else to do it for us. But we are at the end of the day, we are trainers. And we should focus on a few things. I'm not saying if you don't want to become a business person, if you don't want to become a leader, don't do that. But at this point of time, what it looks like, the experience goes this way. If there are two parties, one person does this, other person does that. So for that,
Right.
we need to discuss more. So Rohit has raised the hand. Suresh, we can take this ahead.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Thank you. No, only one point I want to add to that. See,
Yeah.
recently I had a requirement for microservices training.
Hmm.
I quoted a little less. I said 12,000, and that guy didn't get back to me at all. On the
That's
other
okay.
hand, yeah, no, listen here. And on the other hand, I quoted a little. I said 15,000 for one more training for the same set of training. Again, she didn't come back to me saying it is a little high. So it is a very tricky thing. As you said, we had a depending on the demand and supply, we had to get that knack to negotiate. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Rohit, hi.
Yeah, very good morning, everyone. I hope I am audible clear.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So this is Rohit. I am basically from Nasik. I am a corporate trainer since last 6 years, and I am into technical domains. So I am basically an Oracle certified database administrator. So that is my key areas. Apart from that, I deliver on Python, Core Java, and several different cloud related stuff. So according to the question, so whatever the question was here, so pricing thing, my understanding says that in last 1.5 years over, I have understood that many new vendors have come into the market, and these vendors are working as a second vendor or third vendor. So first thing, when you are getting a call, we need to understand whether this is a second vendor or third vendor. The cost accordingly comes down. Being a second vendor, he is also having his cut. Third vendor, he is also having his cut.
Correct.
So it again comes down, and the same requirement you will get in this case from at least 4 to 5 different vendors in the group. Also, if you
Yes.
notice, 4 to 5
Yeah.
different vendor, and he is quoting, everyone is quoting according to the SFs. Now
Absolutely.
for pricing at the other thing, what my module or what my understanding is, if I am getting 10 days of training for a particular month, my budget is done, so I will go for that particular 10 days of training who is giving me more and who is giving me good. Apart from that, whatever the 15-20 days I have for the month, for there I will be satisfied with whatever x amount I get from the different vendors, whether it is a little low or little high.
Yes,
Okay,
good
so we can
strategy, Rohit.
this so we can deal with this particular kind of thing. And if you have 2 or 3 different vendors who are giving me you regular calls, at least 10 days of training in a month, that is more than enough. So then for the other vendors, if you want to join hands with other vendors and other particular trainings, you can satisfy with 1 penny less or more. Okay,
Yeah.
that 2 things here. Regarding upgrading for the particular different things, if you are from a technical background, being a technical background from I am from a technical background, so
I
here I
think
look.
I'll just
Yeah.
interrupt here, Rohit.
Yeah.
Everybody in here is either a technical trainer or a vendor. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, since I'm speaking, I'll just quickly set the agenda course again back. So these are the things that we want to discuss further. Okay. Today we don't want to finalize anything, but these are the things that we want to discuss further. The main agenda, I'll just try to come back to the main agenda, is to meet. Okay, so if we can figure out, that where we can meet. So I think a few people are from Bangalore, few people are from Maharashtra. I am from Mumbai, Nashik, etc. If we feel, the first thing is, if we feel that physical meeting will make sense. If yes, should we make it a fun event so that we don't think of it is just a conference. We are meeting to have fun. Firstly, because obviously we have done a lot of work in these days, 1 year, 2 years. And when we meet, when we are in a relaxed environment, we will be able to discuss freely. So that is the main crux. Okay. So we will discuss all these, and I'm sure that we would like to speak about it more. But yes, I don't want to guide the meeting into a different direction. Since we are speaking about it, I just thought let me share. So who was saying Rohit, right? Rohit, you want to complete
Definitely
it?
good point. Understood. Yeah. No. So we'll go with this. I am available for this particular meetup, and I completed mine. That's it. Yeah.
So what we'll do is we will plan beforehand. Maybe February is that's the lean time. That is what I understand. Do you agree? So maybe use the chat. Let's use the chat now, guys. Is February a good time to meet everybody? If you say yes, right, Feb. If you feel Feb is good time, write Feb. If you feel Jan is a good time, write Jan. I think Jan used to be too close, but Feb. Just put it in the chat so that we know. Feb is preferred. Yeah. Okay. What about others? Okay. 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 Perfect. All right. So we will, Suresh can't say. Suresh, any
I
concern?
mean, we are unpredictable, right? What we are going to get and all that depends. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Don't
that's
misunderstand.
no, I understand. So what I'm saying is, if we plan it beforehand, maybe we'll have a Saturday, Sunday, or blocked out for that. Okay, only for this. So if you are in Bangalore, maybe we could meet centrally. That's why I was thinking Goa. And if we plan it right now, we make it a point that we will not take trainings on those days. So that is what I was trying to say. Yes, Suresh.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We can plan it out. Not a problem. See, but
So
I'll say that first we'll try out with online meeting like this. Let us pour out all our woes here. If it is not sufficient, then we can plan for a physical meeting. So that will
okay,
call.
I understand. I understand. So what I would propose, since we spoke about online meeting, do you think uh, once in a week we want to meet online like this for a few minutes, few hours, 1 hour? Do you think that is sufficient for now?
Yeah, yeah. I think initially we can do that, and going forward, depending, we can raise. We can reduce or increase. I think we can do it weekly or
Sundays,
fortnightly, something. Yeah, yeah.
Sunday. Next Sunday is good for you guys all. Again, meeting again.
Mhm. And one
Yeah.
request or suggestion, because see, initially, let's not have an agenda. Let people speak whatever they have in mind. Then we can probably streamline what is the agenda. My little
Okay,
suggestion.
I just wanted to put an agenda. Otherwise, people come and say, "Arey, kya bolna hai? Who's going to speak?" That's why I had put that agenda.
Okay.
So it's okay. Face to face is always recommended. Yes, yes, it is. It
That's
is.
exactly.
So what I would say is whoever can join. Okay, so it's not that mandatory. We should meet. So we had these meetings in Chennai. I think Prem, you were there during the Chennai meeting. Prem,
Yes.
you were there in
Yes,
the
I'm
Chennai
there.
meeting, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
So that time we had done a Mumbai meeting. I think there was one more place. I think Delhi was also doing that. But anyways, so same thing we want to reconnect. But now everybody coming at one spot, enjoying maybe in a hotel, something like that, on hotel setup, and one full day of just discussing. That's what my thing is, face to face, right? All right. So thank you. Let's fix on February. We will meet in February. Dates we will decide. It will be a Sunday. Okay, it will be a Sunday, maybe a Saturday or Sunday. Well, we can decide on that. We will
Mhm.
we'll circulate in the group. Okay, let's continue ahead. Somebody was wanted to say. So who wants to go next? Was raising hand. Vikas was raising hand.
Yeah.
Vikas,
Right. Sorry, Vishal. That time you asked, I was in another call. Got an
no
emergency
problem.
call. No
No
problem. So
problem.
let me introduce myself, folks. Now my name is Vikas, and I spent 16 years in IT industry as a permanent employee, various different banks, service-based companies, and products. From last 2+ years, I'm in a corporate training, right? Most of the clients are the good clients. Vendors are good. They pay a good amount. I mean, a per day basis. Um, my only disappointment at here, right, with this group actually, I am associate with this group for more than a year, right? The only point is there sometimes, vendors are quoting like the 5K, 8K. I mean, right? I mean, like Vishal mentioned, 22 years, right? Mine 18s all these things, right? If I have to work in this set, these things, why should not I have to go back to again to the job, right? See, some people come as a from retirement point of view these things, but what happened, right? When some vendors are quoting, right? It's give the wrong impression to this thing that trainers are available in these things, and that's the reach, right? And it's when you're saying like 80-20, right? 80%, trainer is going to get 20%. That's a decent one, right? And sometime, but the problem at here, the whatever the new vendors are at here, right? Sometimes they are quoting, right, like 1,000 rupees per hour or something is there. I mean, Vishal in a Mumbai, right? He know. Even that, technician. I mean, electrician come and he is going to charge 4K and 5K, right? So, it's really insulting, right? That, you are, I don't want to put like a harsh word on a group on that part. One and two time I put it on that part. But the problem at here, right? What's the bigger problem at here, right? These vendors are quoting very low amount, right? As I also worked in a company side. The vendor who is going to give the low amount, offering the low quotation, I have to give the contract. Now, what happened? The vendors who are really good, they want to pay for the quality. These guys are not getting the contract, and slowly they are also coming in that mode, right? And some of the new folks in the sense who are working as a part time, right, in a month, like a two trainings, three trainings, right, they go on that part. And what happened because of these things, right? The complete ecosystem, right, which I'm talking as a training these things, right, it is going to day low by low, day by day. That's the reason, frankly speaking, I just work with the one vendor in this group, right? Most of the vendors I don't work because of the rates issues. That's my inputs actually.
Okay, Vikas. So I'll just add quickly. Vikas is from Mumbai. Am I right, Vikas?
Yes, Vishal.
Okay. So Vikas is from Mumbai, and what trainings do you do, Vikas?
I primarily take like a Java J2 stuff, DevOps, cyber security, clouds, right? Design, architecture, agile. So that's complete tech stack I handle on that side.
Perfect, Vikas. So Samatha had raised hand first. So Samatha, you would like to add something?
Hi,
You're on
Vikas.
mute.
Good morning.
Hi.
I just
Morning.
wanted to introduce next. That's it.
Okay, okay. So Raj, do you want to say something on this?
Yes, Vishal, good morning. Good morning
Good
to Vishal
morning.
and good morning to all the members who are joined today on a Sunday morning. So I just want to just highlight a couple of things in continuation of discussion, which I think which Rohit has his points and also Vikas now. See, first thing is I've spent 24 years in this industry in learning and development. I worked across multiple companies in the space of sales and operations. So you can consider me more or less like from a vendor perspective. Now coming to the question which Rohit was raising with regard to the second, third, and fourth people being involved in the entire supply chain management between the service provider, which is the trainer at the end of the day, and the end customer. Now, ideally, this scenario is something which I have seen, wherein you have service companies in India who have multiple structures of getting the business done through. That is where you have these challenges, and I completely avoid these kind of vendors. But yes, there are certain international vendors where there is no other option for any individual vendor to be their direct vendor. For example, I could tell Global Knowledge. Global Knowledge US is a standing example. An individual or a small company or a medium-sized company cannot get a direct vendorship with them. So they have to be routed through one of the larger players, maybe in India or maybe globally. The same is with New Horizon. The same comes with Fastlane. I mean, these are huge companies. So that if you're working with those kind of companies as a second vendor, then there is no harm because your commercials do not get discounted. You get paid as per the industry standards. But yes, if you're talking about a service company where already budgets are low, induction starts from 8,000 and 9,000, and then it goes down and down and down, and finally it lands up at your 1,000, 2,000 rupees is where it comes down to. That is the point number one, which I would like to clarify. So it's a good thought that to ensure who is the final consumer of your training. That's a good thought, Rohit, so that it gives clarity on all sides. That's one thing which I wanted to highlight, Vishal, about
Thank you.
this. And second is about what Vikas was saying. For the skill sets which Vikas was mentioning, I am really not sure as to how vendors are really trying to quote 1,000 or 2,000 because what he is delivering are all niche programs, be it the DevOps or be it the architecture side. These are niche training programs. And if somebody is quoting an hourly basis or something as low as like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, even if you ask me to go 15, 16, 17, it is really ridiculous to deliver those trainings at that price. It's better now we spend time on upgrading and doing something better than going ahead chasing those kind of orders. So I really respect Mr. Vikas' view, what he is saying. There is definitely customers on the market who are paying decent amount of money, good amount of money. There are also vendors who are sharing equally a good amount of money with the instructors to ensure quality is maintained and repetitive business is there. So I think because that way it's better now, like what you mentioned, look for good vendors who can support you at the price point which you're looking at the same time, ensure the quality is there. These are my 2 cents, Vishal. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Raj.
thanks.
Same thing, right? Same thing that I prefer to, sitting idle rather than working on a low rates. Touch wood, right? I have a good business, so I prefer to sit idle, right, rather than working on this end. Because that's the way, right? We are setting the wrong trend, actually.
Let me
Very
let
true.
me
Very
add
true.
let
Just
me
let me
add a
complete
few
this, Sal.
things.
Let me just complete.
Yeah.
But if you
Yes.
see me as an individual having handled customers for the last 20 years, I have a basket of only 8 to 9 customers, and they are taking care of me and my company for the last 20 years. So there's no reason why I should say that we need 80, 90 customers and finally we'll end up with these kind of quality and cost issues. Rather, happy with a limited number of people who can give you the price point, and the game is done at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Vikas. So let me just quickly add a few more points to that, and then we can go to Samatha to introduce herself. Um, let's take a scenario where somebody is quoting low. Okay, for example, let's say that I want to do a college training. So you firstly decide in your profile. So let me share something, guys. So I'm building something. I wanted to share it later. Let me share it right now. I'm building something. Okay, just for later on. It is still in the development phase. It is not really a complete product, but just to give you an idea, and I'm just taking feedback also for that a little later. But for now, it's a website called trainer.date. Okay, trainer.date. It was trainer.directory. There are many. But this one is. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the idea here was that we should be able to utilize our dates well. I think Raj knows that I've been speaking about it for a very long time, and there are many people who knows for a very long time what I'm doing. So, anyways, so it is still in the development phase. I would really want to launch it in January 2020. If I just go ahead and search for a product, and then you get the name of the trainer, and here what you see is whether you can contact, etc. All these usual stuff. You can go here and just book my date. These are some live dates. That's not the idea. That's not the idea. What I'm trying to say is when I started taking feedback, uh, this is what we are talking about. Okay, so levels. So you should define your level. Here you are saying what your profile is, etc. You are saying what subjects you are taking, etc. But then you are deciding that I'll not be taking. So if somebody is looking for a C-suite, senior management, etc., like of a trainer, and not a college. So college provides 1,000 rupees to 1,800 to 2,000 rupees per hour kind of remuneration if you work with the college, and if you don't want to deal with college. So as soon as somebody comes to me say that I have 1,000 budget, I say I don't do colleges. Okay, I don't do colleges. Or if somebody is ready to do it, they are focusing on somebody who is dealing with college. They are not very confident of what they are giving. I am confident of what I am giving. If somebody says, you see, let's say I quote a 25,000 rupees a day. So for Excel, for Power BI, they would say that Excel, Power BI, you're charging so much. I say, I get that. People who come to me, they pay me this. Okay, then obviously, if you're giving me regular business, I obviously give a discount, etc. But somebody comes to me, I give them the rate that I want to ask for. So my strategy is that I give, if somebody asks me for a rate, I will give them genuinely what I am getting, the highest that I'm getting. And then they would say, we are so small company, we are so big company, does not work for me. They say that this is the maximum budget I have. Then if I feel that this is really beyond, let's say if I'm training on senior management, mid management, I would easily get that. So instead of doing 5 days, let's say I get a five. So there are people who do 5,000 a month, 5,000 a day for Excel training. I'm okay with that. So people can go ahead and do it. So they are comfortable. So these are people who deal with colleges or they are doing part time. Good for them. I'm not saying no. We have to live in the industry. There is many more. There are many more businesses to take. But then we need to have connections with the right people. So instead of doing 5 days of training and entirely, so I have done that as well. Entire month of training, 5,000 per day, and I'm full. And then I've also done 25,000 day, 5 days. That's it, and I'm done for the entire month. So what I get is when vendors look at it, so maybe Raj could add, this is somebody, so some of the vendors say that, this is looking good, but can I also have the level? What level are they looking for? So if somebody is looking at a CSU training, so CSU training, they would not come back and say that, "Arey, mera 1,000 ka budget hai." They'll not do that, right? So you say that, I am doing a CSU training, there are, I don't know about technical, yes, there are technical trainers who charge a lakh of rupees per day also for a specific type of training. Okay, so there they would, maybe you could say that, for this level, I'm training at this level. If you're giving me that, so obviously, so at the end of the day, what the point is, if you decide, if you feel that you have been training for so long and you want to take college trainings or not. So if somebody comes to me and say that this is the amount that I can give you, you could tell them right now, that right away, saying that this is the amount that a college pays. I'm not sure whether you are new to the industry or not, but this is for a mid level managers, mid management. This is the rates for entry level people. This is the rate for free. For what do you call it? Induction. This could be the rate. And I don't do induction. So if you are looking at a level two, what do you call it? Second induction, and then there is one to one. What is it called? Raj, can you help me out there? What is it called? Beyond induction, what is it?
See, we have got one is called the induction, that is the freshers which we do. And then you have L1
Yeah.
level trainings, and then you have
L1,
L2 level
L1.
trainings, and then you have L3 level
Yeah.
trainings. These are the 4 levels of
Yeah.
training which is there in the industry. These are the 4
Yeah.
levels. So
Yeah.
again, like what you were saying,
Yes.
those who do induction would basically be people who got, let's say, 1 to 4 years of experience, who are good to do induction, because that gives you annuity kind of revenue, 30 days, 40 days, 60 days boot camp
Yeah.
training, and you keep doing it 5 days a week. Now, when it comes to what Vishal was saying, it's more to do with the L1 and L2, L3, and the lateral trainings which comes in, wherein you have got a predefined agenda. These are all project specific. These are business needs, wherein you just come in. It's more like a sniper kind of a thing. You come in, you do your job for 3 days, 5 days, take up the commercials, and then close it up.
Absolutely. So that's what, yes, absolutely. So I just wanted to add that. So we have to define what our level is. Are we going to take induction training, wherein we'll have bulk of business coming up? We'll be busy for months together, and then we are okay with that. Or you want to do L1 or L2 training, where you are doing a specialized kinds of work, and then you charge like a project. For this kind of project, I charge this much. And then you give value, you show value, and to show value, people, good vendors will help you there. Okay, so I think we have spoken a lot. Samatha, you want to add, you want to introduce us?
Only one thing want to add that part at here, right? The quotes I told, right? That's basically for the corporate trainings. That means for the corporate. And second point, I want to add these things, right? I handle a lot of projects, right? Where I approve the budget for the trainings. I know that vendors are charging the like a 70,000, 80,000, 1 lakh for per day, right? I literally approved for the my teams actually. But when I'm going these things, right? They are giving the lamb excuses on that part. And when you're saying like for the induction trainings, right? I want to say that, for the induction trainings, companies have a really good budget, right? Even you can go for 50K, 60K per day also, and companies are paying on that part. So it's not about the induction, L1, L2, L3, L4. It's more about that, what level of company we are doing these things, because good companies pays really good amount, even for the lateral. Because for me, I'm giving the full day. You can take me for the induction, or maybe take for the L1, L2, L3 for whatever level is there. That's the 2 cents from my.
Yeah, Vikas, yes, I would just like to add that you could say that I can, and that is what I'm just giving a suggestion in that you can utilize me for a CSU training, for L1 training, L2 training, and I charge this much. So it's up to you whether you want to use a Lamborghini to pull the cart, or you are using Lamborghini to drag it in a race. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Vikas. So Raj, before we go to Samatha, last words, maybe because Samatha is waiting for a very long time. Yes, Raj, you want to add something?
Yes. Just to clarify, because see, I have stopped the entire induction trainings from 2015. I was a direct vendor with Emphasis. I was a direct vendor with Cognizant. I was a direct vendor with Tech Mahindra. I was a direct vendor with HCL, delivering all the induction trainings. And I think many of them in this group who have in the early days would have done induction trainings are aware, be it in Chennai, Hyderabad, or Bangalore or Mangalore, wherever they have their campuses for induction, nothing goes beyond a 12K per day, be it mainframe, be it C Sharp, be it .NET, be it Java, be it database. That is the reason why principally I would stop working with these companies for inductions. I only focus on the L1, L2, L3 and lateral, where, like you rightly said, there are people who pay 60, 70, 80 and upwards based upon the experience of the instructor and the quality of training and what the value adds that they are giving. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Raj. I think let's go to everybody else. Samatha, you are next. Please go ahead. Sorry for wait. Sorry to make you wait.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hi, we can see you.
Yeah, hi. I joined this group in 2019, and I was introduced by one of my friend. She's from Pune. She's based on Pune, and this was for some payment issues. And then since then, I've joined this group, and I have introduced three of vendors to the group, and wherever requirement comes in, I add them to the group. And I was very much benefited by this group in two different scenarios. Both are regarding the payments only. And I really appreciate the ideas being shared by everyone in the group. And I really look forward for the different cases, use cases you are discussing right now. I also want to add two use cases. One is what if we get a PO and that PO gets cancelled the last minute from a vendor? How to deal with such a scenario? Okay, and second is creating a content and then they would never come back to you. And the content is always immediate and urgent. It's like next minute we want it, but I think they never come back to you. So if these two scenarios can be discussed, that would be a great help. And I'm into training for 22 years, and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, and also Java certified trainer. It was SCJP long back. Okay, and I am.
So what do you train on, Samatha? Maybe if you could just say that, what are the different topics?
All the Microsoft technologies. Okay, especially into .NET Core, API, microservices, and also
Azure as well?
Yes, and also front-end UI. Which includes Angular, React, and also cloud, which includes Docker and Kubernetes.
Okay. Raj, you want to add a few things? Sorry,
I'm from
Samatha,
Hyderabad.
Okay, hi Samatha. So everybody, we will want to actually, so we are supposed to close in 5 more minutes. So before Raj can add a few things, I would like to, quickly summarize what we plan to do. And how many people are there in the session? Suresh has spoken. Ashok has not spoken. Kuldeep has spoken. Vikas has spoken. Vinay, have you spoken, Vinay?
Yeah.
Vinay has spoken. Yeah. Okay. So only who is left? Ashok is left. So Samatha wanted to say something. Samatha, can we just have introduction from Ashok first?
Vishal, you can take it forward.
Yes, thank you. Raj, maybe. Yes, Ashok. Yes. Hi, Ashok. You're on mute. You're on mute, Ashok.
Now?
Yes, Ashok.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Vishal and everyone connected to the call today. I am Ashok Nichani and I'm based out from Chennai city. So I have been a trainer for almost 6 years, so relatively new compared to all of you here who have many more years of experience. I train on business analysis. I'm a certified business analysis professional. I also hold a few other business analysis related certifications to my credit. So I've been doing this as a freelancer for the past 6 years or so. Okay, so just keeping my introduction short and sweet. And yeah, I'm looking forward to networking, meeting you all, learning more about the training industry and how it's shaping forward and how we could, as agents, foster better growth within this industry. That's all from me. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ashok. Yes, Raj, you want to?
Yes, Vishal, thank you. So just to add a couple of points to what Samatha has been has highlighted regarding one is the PO cancellation at the last moment. The general practice followed by the industry is if the PO cancellation is happening from the customer side, we always forward the customer's mail to the instructor so that there is clarity that the vendor has not gone ahead and taken a second trainer at a lower cost. Because most cases where I have seen, there are vendors who go with one trainer, project them for evaluation, and later on, when the training is there, they take somebody else because of the cost factor. So on the safer side, always ask the vendor to give you the mail confirmation sent by the customer to them why the training has been cancelled, because the customer cancels it, at the end of the day there is hardly anything which anybody can do. So that's one way to safeguard your interest, else whatever damage clause is mentioned in the PO, you can claim it from the vendor. That's point number one. And point number two, coming to the content part of it, what you said is 100% true. I agree with you on the point that most people take the content and then they vanish. It's been happening in the industry, which I have seen. The best way to go about this is do not share a complete EOC at any point of time. Always ask them to give you an opportunity to schedule technical discussion. That is the right approach, because end of the day, neither as a vendor I know what the project needs, nor as an instructor without a discussion you would know what the requirement is. Worst case scenario, you can probably give a broad outline, maybe in less than half a page. These are the main topics that are covered, and beyond that, take it forward to the technical discussion. Then you can dwell down that, because once you go for technical discussion, customer knows who you are. And if the customer is really impressed with your profile, the vendor hardly has a chance to change the profile. So that is where is a place where vendor also gets comfort that yes, the customer is happy with the instructor, and instructor is also safe that yes, both the vendor and the customer are looking at me eye to eye. That is the best approach which I can think of, because that's how we have been operating, and maybe I think this would be of help if you can really take a look at that. That's my thing, Vishal. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you all.
Thank you
all. Any closing comments before I close the session? In fact, since it is 10:30, let's stick on time. Maybe we'll meet again. If you feel that we should meet again next Sunday, we should meet again. We can add a few more people. I was expecting a few more people, but that's okay. I don't mind. Even if we have quality discussion to start off with, that should be amazing. Great. Thank you for joining, everybody. Before I close the session, does anybody have any closing remarks to make?
No, thank you, Vishal, and everybody for giving the inputs. Very informative it was.
Thank you, Suresh. So we will go in for a face-to-face meet. I'm calling it conference. You could call it convention, whatever. I don't know what's the difference, but I'm proposing that we meet a fun event, as well as maybe we could invite some others who you could from the industry, maybe some leadership kind of a people who try to help us out how to solve a lot of agendas. Second agenda is to have a common, to know each other well. Like Raj is here. I will invite other vendors also, whom I know well. You could also invite your vendors so that we have a pool of vendors who are good, genuine vendors. So if you work with one or two vendors, let's invite them here and let's see what happens. And if you want to invite them, and I think we should invite them for the physical meet also. And obviously this is, I'm not going to bear the cost for everybody. It is going to be self-funded. Okay, if we feel we need to meet, we can organize what should be the budget, where should we meet. So I'm proposing, so I think most of you are from in and around Bangalore.
Yeah, South, I think, mostly.
Yeah.
Mostly.
South, I think.
Everybody,
Yes.
yeah, so Hyderabad, okay. So what is a good place to meet? Bangalore?
Goa should be an ideal location so that weather and other
I
things.
do agree. I do agree.
Bangalore
Agreed,
traffic
agreed,
kills,
okay.
Vishal. Bangalore traffic kills. Trust
Bangalore.
me on this, Bangalore traffic kills. Not one,
Yeah,
because
so-
one place, the other part in Bangalore. Although I'm from Bangalore, I
So-
know it.
Goa is okay? Goa?
Yes, that is good.
Maybe,
And even we
yeah,
can
maybe you could also
look for some vendors. We can look for some vendors to sponsor also, like Raj.
I'm not saying that we will have sponsors, but let's see.
Like,
It should be self-funded.
I'm asking like Raj can take care of sponsoring some like this vendor. Somebody can sponsor also. What do you
We
say,
need
Raj?
more vendors, Tintin.
Let's see how many more vendors are going to join in. Let's see. Probably let's see whether people are going to
Raj,
join
do you
in.
have budget for that? Raj,
Not
do you have any
single-handedly, Vishal, for sure.
Raj Kulkarni, Raj like yesterday is asking some Kulkarni is asking like we have some vendors who can sponsor also. Not maybe at least
Let's
some
see.
amount.
Some
Just
amount,
I'm
yeah.
kidding. Just I'm
Let's
kidding.
see. Okay, no problem. So we are meeting in February. February, it would be maybe second Saturday, Sunday, or maybe last Saturday, Sunday. I'm proposing something in between. What does work for you? February works. So Saturday, Sundays. So we reach on a Saturday. We have a Sunday meeting, and then we leave on Sunday itself. Does that sound good?
Yeah, Vishal, probably you can have a vote in your this thing, Google something, and do it offline later instead of getting a immediate answers.
Yeah,
Probably that
that's
will be
okay.
better.
No, I'm not saying in the group. In this group, what is that you think? Saturday, Sundays, it will work for you. One day is
Yes,
okay.
yes, yes,
So
definitely.
usually check-in
Everybody,
is around the 2 and 12 o'clock would be the checkout. So we can look something like that. Check-in on Saturday afternoon and check out on Sunday afternoon.
okay, okay. So that works, right? All right. So we will decide in the chat later. But for now, thank you everybody. Thank you for joining. We are 3 minutes above the time, but I think we will have some more of such meetings. Please invite more people. Those genuine people is what we need. We don't need everybody. We need genuine peoples. The vendors that you work with. I'll also invite a few more vendors. Next Sunday, we will plan it for next Sunday on online, and then we will see how many more can join. But I would want at least one or two people to be invited from your end. Can I have a confirmation? Maybe it is a trainer or maybe it is a vendor, the good vendor. If you can introduce so that we can have more good people to talk to. Can we have that? Can I have a yes in the chat?
Yes, Vishal, I will.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. We are closing the session now. The recording will be available for all. I'll be uploading it on the YouTube and then sharing the link for everybody to see. Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
See
everybody.
you
Thank
next
you,
time.
Vishal, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend to you all.
Thank you.